and welcome to week 11 in how to create your character. Quick update on our process. We had spent 3 weeks on why bother even creating your character. Well, because you want that unique life, that unique team, and that unique purpose for your team to pursue. And without a character, none of that is going to happen. Then we went into the how-tos of creating your character. We made the picture, the emotions, and the abilities that your character will use. Then we built a story around your character, an origin, looking then at the present and the ultimate dream that your character will create. And now we're on the lesson that your character will teach this world. The completion of all this work is the lesson. That's why you build your character. And then we'll wrap it up with what this is all for. So when we come to an emotional lesson, that emotional lesson is about meaning. And the meaning is embedded in the aura, the presence of your character. It flows out of the skin, infects the air, and moves into other people. That's how you communicate expressively on the emotional plane. It is an aura that surrounds your character. So this is about how to teach through feelings. Your character needs to teach through the emotional realm, just like with the mental or the physical. The first step is mixing the meaning. One of the fun things about life is that there is never a set meaning for anything. If you notice, words change their meaning from generation to generation. Meaning is never set. We get to mix it. Once you mix the meaning, then you get to overflow it, to pour it forth, your unique meaning, out into the world, and ultimately to be that meaning. So these are the 3 steps, and we'll go over them each in detail. So we'll start with mixing the meaning. Now, one of the big conceptions that people have is that there's meaning out there somewhere, and they're waiting for it to come knock on their door and shake their hand. But that isn't how it works. Why? Because we're the ones who create the meaning. And the natural way to do this is for your character to embody something, to have an aura of meaning around your character. But you have to create that. It does not simply happen. So since the emotional realm is the wizardly realm, it's always about, you don't know what it means to me. And if you notice, when you communicate to people, they very rarely understand what you're talking about, because you're creating your own meaning whether you're aware of it or not. Your heart does this automatically. The more conscious you become, the more intentional you create your emotions, the more meaningful you can be, the more meaningful that aura becomes. And the wizardly nature of us, whenever we portray wizards in movies, you see all those containers, the colorful little liquids in there. Each of those are like a symbolic emotion. And then what does the wizard do? It brings them to the table and mixes them in all these strange apparatus. To do what? To mix something emotional, to mix something meaningful, to do something. It's the propellant, the means, the how-to. And if you notice, whenever they mix in the movies, it's never an exact science. They're never quite sure what will happen. And it's the same way with emotions. Emotions are not definable. They're unpredictable, and when you mix them, volatile things can happen. But that's part of learning in the development of your character how to mix those emotions meaningfully. And you can have a wide spectrum of emotions, or you can have just a few. It depends on the character that you want to build. But this aura needs to be palpable. It needs to infect the world around you with whatever spread of emotions you choose to create. And we're always doing this. We're always mixing the meaning. So staying in that process, aware that our heart is constantly mixing that meaning, is important. Because then the natural thing, once you've created something, it's very exciting. You want to do something with this. So once you have an emotion, guess what you want to do? Overflow. Give that meaningful emotion to the world. So the body is a conduit. It allows for the emotional realm to break out into this world, and it's very good at doing this. Actions are like the instruments that you deliver your emotions with. The more vibrant the action, the more potent the emotional expression, and the more it affects the world around you. So the character you built needs to have vivid mental pictures, which provides powerful emotions, and then your body can do cool stuff. That's how it works. And it becomes an aura, a presence around you. And you can be the anger, you can be the excitement, you be the cool. It's up to you. You can be them individually, or you can fuse them all together. It depends on the character that you're building. The character always defines the meaning of the emotions. So when we look into our world here, we can see that the thoughts, emotions, and actions come after you. You exist before them. So you're never defined by the emotions. Emotions do not define you. You create them for your purposes, for your character. You want them to do something, to be an aura, a powerful aura, or a gentle aura, or a soothing aura, or an exciting aura. It's up to you. The aura you create is for your character alone. But when you fuse those emotions and it palpably erupts through your body, you can change not only your own body, not only the air, not only people around you, but as much as you want to. But of course, that takes significant creative capability to create an aura that's that powerful. But nonetheless, if you mix the meaning, you will overflow. And then the final stage is being the meaning. Your character exists to personify something, a meaningful lesson. And it's not something that is simply here today and gone tomorrow. You must radiate that. And the means of radiation that we have as human beings is emotions. We will radiate our emotional state out into an aura, and your character needs to do that. Your character needs an aura radiating meaning out into your world, to take a stand on something, to communicate something meaningful. From the inner world that you have with God spiritually, you bring that into your mind, into your heart, and then you use your body to give it out into the world. And your character that your mind, heart, and body are playing is perfectly designed to make this all happen. So as your character grows in strength and power, you manifest this powerful creation aura, and you're going to give it. You're going to throw it down at this world and transform something. It might be a gentle throw, it might be a comforting emotion, this ball of power that you're manifesting. But nonetheless, you're going to give it. You're going to deliver this emotional aura and change the world around your character. And it becomes a state of permanence. Emotions, although they're always changing, they can always be vibrant in whatever form that they're in. It can just simply be a radiant aura of any emotion. But those emotions need to be meaningful to who your character is. So if your character is strong, you're always going to have some kind of a confidence. If your character's comforting, you're always going to have a gentle aura. Or at least some form of that gentleness will be mixed in there. So think about the aura. Consider, what is the aura? What do I want people to feel as they come around my character? So mix that meaning. Let your character overflow that meaning. Fill your world. Transform your world through your emotional power. And then as your character becomes comfortable amidst those powerful emotions, allow your mind, heart, and body to just be that meaning, to personify something meaningful. That is the aura. To be surrounded by meaningful emotional expressions. Because life's meaning flows from a character's emotional aura. So as we come to our application this week, you'll notice there's a stronger tone here in what we're going to accomplish. You're going to explain in words what your character's origin will make the world feel. Now, as a creator, you're not simply here to help the world feel something, or, see if maybe the world might want to feel something. That is not the nature of a creator. A creator is here to make something. And if you're making emotions, you're making them for a purpose, to make the world feel something. Your character's aura is going to make the world feel something. It's going to be meaningful, it's going to be important, and it's going to be something you believe in personally. That's the purpose of your character's emotional aura. So first, define the origin of your character, which we already have. That origin that you have, what is that going to make the world feel? Then following suit, look at your present picture, the picture of your character's present. What is your present going to make the world feel also? And then finally, explain in words what your character's dream, that ultimate expression, the ultimate goal of your character, what your character will spend his or her entire life doing. What will that dream make the world feel? And after we get these three things defined, then next week we'll be talking about what your character's abilities will teach the world.